Hello and welcome back to episode 24 of Retrospective Progression. I'm Aredawg, the creator hero, and in today's episode, we're gonna go work on that Growly challenge. The main reason is, of course, like I said last time, the music. So I'm gonna need to go get myself some. Actually, you know what? I just thought of something. Oh. You know what? There's always been something that plagues me during this beta version, and that is my configuration. Now, I haven't mentioned this in the last couple of episodes, but every single time that I've started playing Minecraft in beta 1.2_02, I have always had to do this. I've had to come into my options, I've had to go to my controls. I don't really like it on the I. I like to put it on the B. I have a actual like little setup over on my computer. My keyboard actually has a little bit of a I guess you could say it's a controller that has the WASD kind of configurations there, but the B button is literally pretty close to it. I got VB and C really close to it, and I've always liked to play with the inventory on the B button, basically because it stands for bags, and I kind of learned that from WoW. So, yeah, that's there we go, much better. All right, anyway, ooh, sheeps, give me a second. So anyway, I was really up here just to get this thing, and now that I can actually use my B button instead of the I for inventory, I think this is going to be good. So I'm going to take this crafting table with me. I'm going to get myself some wood, and we have a lot of redstone for me to go pick up. So let's go get some of those supplies. Back over at our testing tower, and oh yeah, I need to tear this down. Give me a second. All right, all cleared up. Let's just put this stuff away. So lever, rails, wooden door. Yeah. And for the rest of this, you know what? We're just gonna do this. We're also gonna do a little bit of some sand cooking. Let's see. Let's do this. So let's get some glass, because since we're in our location for, you know, our testing location, quote unquote, I wanted to test out the blocks themselves. So I'm going to make myself a couple of note blocks. And to do that, we need that. So you need to surround a redstone with wood. And then you can make these things. So if we put this down here, we've got ourselves a bass drum. Yep, cool. If we were to put sand underneath it, you get the clicks. Let's see, what else can we put underneath it? Does wool do anything? Wool gives us the piano or the harp. And, well, we're going to break this glass anyway, so this will give... Not in the right place. It'll give us a click, so... Is there there is one other music note, which we need to do this, and that is going to be this one. And let's make ourselves another note block. And so okay, Yeah, so we've got our guitar sound here. We've got our click, a snare drum, hi-hat, and like a piano. So we've got these 5 things. Now this actually in the future becomes a different sound. But any other block that we have that is not a sand block, glass block, or a stone block, or a wood block, will be this default sound. So what we're going to want to do is kind of set something up where these can kind of give me like some sound. And as you saw when I started this out, we can kind of tune these. And you can actually see the music notes, like they they tell you how high and how low it is, so that you get a little bit of an idea of where they are. Now, I know that there are some future resource packs out there, which is going to be quite a distance from now, that can tell you where these are going to be, what level, what note, and so on and so forth. But we don't have that capability. Not yet. The other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to start getting together my redstone clocks. So, as I was kind of introducing redstone a while back, redstone has this unique ability to be powered or unpowered. Now, you could run it into something else, and when you power it, it turns it off. It does have a limit. If I was to go, say, 15, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we need 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if I was to do this, and I put this here, and then that there, and I powered this, you can see currently this only has 2 states, on and off. I think the next version that this goes into, so beta 1.3, when we get the repeaters, the redstone ability actually gets changed, and it's no longer this kind of like light or this darker red here when it's off. It actually goes through phases. So you can see that's brightest over here, and then it kind of slowly fades off into darkness over here, to eventually be completely off. This is not the case in this version, and this was the case from alpha until now. So I need to figure out the best way of making some way of or making some sort of a clock without using repeaters. I have no access to comparators. I have no access to hoppers, no access to pistons, none of that stuff. I'm going to have to figure this out old school. So I'm going to do some trial and error here. So here we have experiment number 1. First and foremost, we have this clock right here. Now this clock pulses between 2 states, on and off, but it does rotate through all of this. See if I can try and explain. We don't actually need this redstone up here. I was just testing out to see if this redstone really did anything. But this is the most basic, simple redstone clock you can make, but it's only going to flip every tick on or off. So with that, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to try and get music going. However, I did do something along these lines, so we can see. Yeah, it's every 2 ticks, it's hitting the note block, and then it's causing the note block to go boom, But if we go here, and I actually kind of calibrated these a little bit. So this is kind of the idea that I want, but I kind of want to change this chord every so often to be a different chord. So in order for me to do that, I need to do some sort of like, the terminology is called an RS Norlatch, if I remember my digital logic correctly. And that basically means that will allow me to set and reset to say which side is active. So if I wanted this side to be active and this side to be deactivated on one pulse, and then the second time it comes across and it goes to this side, then I could actually use that as a chaining way to create the different sounds. And, sorry, this is getting a little annoying. And I could have just flipped this. So as long as this one stays powered, through a power source, so yeah, it will stop the clock. So let's see if I can explain how this clock works. So we have 5 torches here. We have redstone going into these blocks that these torches are on. Again, you don't actually need that redstone there. And because we started with one of them powered, this one says, okay, I'm powering this item over here. This block gets powered, and then this redstone turns off. So this redstone's turned off, and this redstone says, I'm turned off. There's no power coming to this block. This redstone torch says, okay, I'm on, and says, okay, this right over here, this redstone dust, I'm on, powering up this block, which says, oh, hey, I'm gonna turn off. So this redstone torch is off, which turns off this redstone, which comes back over to here, turns this one on, and then this one says, oh, hey, I'm powered, and then this turns off, but this should turn off. Which, again, if we do it this way, this is how this works. So it just kind of cycles between what is on and what is off. And because it's an odd number, it's always going to be, one is going to always be on and one is always going to be off. There is a point, as you can kind of see here, where you can see both are on and both are off. So this gets turned on and then this one gets turned on. But you can also see there's a little bit of a disconnect where this one's on, but this one's off, and the same with this. So these should always be opposite each other, and these should always be opposite each other as well. However, there is a little bit of interesting lag, quote unquote, that's saying, oh, hey, I can actually turn off here. So yeah, this is the basis for the centralized clock that we're going to do, that basically is going to run the entire music underneath the Growly challenge. The next part is going to be this part, making the RS Norlatch that kind of comes off here, so I can switch between these 2 different sounds. So let me figure that part out, and then I'll bring you back in. So I've been testing around with different circuits, and yeah, I'm finding that it's not going as easy as I thought it would. This circuit here, let's see if I can remember how this goes. This portion right here, once the lag stops, this portion right here is kind of an RS NOR latch, or no, it's an RS latch. So you have a reset, you have a set, and then you have your outputs over here. But we also have a clock that we have added to it. This part right here makes it a rising version. And then this right here is the trigger. So if I had a lever, let's just put a lever here, we can see that this switches over to that. But when we switch it back over to this way, well, because of the clock, it's always going to flash a little bit this way. So I think my idea of trying to make the make this kind of extend a little bit, like this is supposed to blink on, off, 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 on, off, 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 you know, like maybe if I tried something that would do that, but figuring out how to like switch it, like, okay, this comes in and says, okay, we switch it to one side, and then comes back in and says switch it off to the other. That was the idea that I wanted to go with for this portion, but yeah, it's not looking like this is possible, so I'm gonna have to go with another solution, which might just be an easier solution, and really just kind of allows you to play the chords. You just flip which chord you want, and then you say, I want an A minor chord, or I want a C major chord, or something along those lines. That might just be an easier way of doing things, because yeah, this process, it's too complex to try and figure out how to do it without repeaters, because repeaters would make this so much easier. And if I had repeaters, man, I'd be able to make an actual song. So maybe I could at least do the carousel and at least have some of the notes playing somewhat, but yeah, with just doing that, and then yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. We're over at the pit that we dug on a live stream for the bottom portion of the Growly challenge for the carousel, and I actually decided to make a few more note blocks for myself, and I'm getting dirt and wooden planks. As I showed in the last little clip there, I was able to determine that we only have 5 instruments, I guess would be the best way to put it. We have 3 percussion instruments, we have a bass guitar, and we have harp or piano or whatever you want to call it. So what I figured is we'll do a bass note for a chord, and then we'll do 3 piano notes per chord. And I'm thinking we probably might be able to, let's see if I can do it this way. See if it'll, I guess I can't put redstone on top of note block, so that idea's out of the window. The way that we'll have to do this is we're going to how to do that. We're gonna have to dig this portion out here. So let's just do it like this. And then for each of these, we want to have one of these. I'm going to actually put them like so. And then we're going to put a block on each of these. So we have, if we kind of do this, something along those lines. Let's see, can I? Yeah, if we just light this up like so, like we've got that all activates all at once. So when we do our little clock, we'll have all 4 of them activate. So this is really where I want this portion to come off of, but the clock, when it's activated, I only want this chord to activate when I have a certain lever pressed up here. So essentially, If that lever is up there and it's pressed, then I will have this chord be played. I'll have to turn that lever off to turn on the next one, but I could keep them both on and really make it jarring. We may end up. Ooh. Yeah, it could be pretty jarring if I was to activate all 4 of them at once and it just kind of goes off on a weird loop. But it could also be a bit haunting if it's like a dun 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 kind of sound that always goes off against each other. So I'm gonna start by putting the rest of these down. We'll get them all set up as well. And then it's going to be figuring out the chords that we're going to have for each of them. And that is going to be a bit of a... Well, it's not going to be that much of a challenge. There is another tool that I have called Note Block Studio. I'm just going to combine all these because it's worth it. And then, yeah, we'll do this. So Note Block Studio basically allows me to take music and actually apply it, but the version that I have of Note Block Studio definitely works for repeaters. It does not work for non-repeater mode. So... yeah, I'm going to have to just look at it to get the chords themselves. I'm thinking I should do probably... let's keep this even. I should probably do like a minor chord, a major chord, and I don't know. Do I want to do a discordant chord or do I want to do... I mean, again, it could be anything that I'd really want it to be. It doesn't have to be, like, a specific music, right? Doesn't have to be. You know what? Let's just actually start working on getting our clock set up. So we'll actually do this, as I was showing in... oh, one of these is going to have to go a little longer. Because... yeah, if I just did this... This is not going to be a clock. Yeah, obviously. So, let's do it from here. And then we're just going to have to take out these torches in the middle. And we'll take that out. Take that out. And I hear some cat who's decided to lick my fan. I don't know if you can hear that, but I was hearing this weird noise underneath my desk, and yeah, there's a bear who is underneath my desk and has decided to lick my fan. She's a silly kitty. Alright, so then I just need to put that there. And then... that's not working. That's off. Oh. That's why. It's like, why is this one not working? I had this working, but... oh, that makes sense. There. There. Now it's working. So, if I actually set this up like so, I can get this kind of sound going. So if I do a bass note, had to bring up Minecraft Note Block Studio because it actually tells me how many I need to hit these using the right click. Because if I just left click, it's just gonna do that. But if I do that, that gives me a little bit of a difference. So, oh, no, I got this one wrong. Okay, so this should be, let's go 1, 2. Let's actually have this 2. And then this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And then we'll come off to this one over here. And we'll do this as 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if we were to do something like that, that would be kind of cool. Okay, so now let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, that's sounding weird. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, that doesn't sound bad. So the only thing I guess left to do is the off button, which should be that. And then you just... The way this actually worked out is actually better than I thought it would. I am surprisingly shocked, and I am actually incredibly happy about this. Now, I may change these to make it sound a little bit more better, but for now, that's not bad. I'm pleasantly surprised about this. So yeah. This is actually getting to be pretty good. I'm actually pretty excited about this. So yeah, we'll figure out how to make the carousel above it, but I think this works. Yeah. We're back over at the quarry to end the episode because I need to start working on digging down this area. I did dig this down last episode, and I've slowly worked on getting this one, this area here dug down. I gotta get the rest of this because, yeah, I definitely want to start working on getting that alpha wall completed because I'm going to need that done before we get to the next version. And we are also going to be working on getting our carousel finished, so we need to get more sheep. And again, the only way we can get wool is if we slay sheep, because there are no shears. yeah, so I'll be working on this, and hopefully I can get this done and dug out maybe before then. Well, we'll see. Um, and then hopefully I can work on that alpha wall and get it all completed from over that corner to, like, I think it's over there somewhere, but somewhere like that. But yeah, so we're gonna work on that, and yeah, I do want to say thanks for coming along with episode 24 of Retrospective Progression. If you like the video, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. Later.